Hello everyone. Today you're watching a sped up process of me drawing a Steenee from Pokemon. Stick around until the end to see how the proper finished result looks like. So anyways, in the meantime, I'll be telling you how I made this art and maybe other things. So first up, I am drawing a wireframe. This will be used to make sure the line art doesn't look bad. And by the way, have you noticed I'm using the reference image less in this version? Well, it's because I decided that I wanted to rely on the reference image less because I didn't want to come off as like I'm tracing the art. It's because I want to show off my artistic skill and I don't want to trace anything. So yeah, that's why. Don't worry, I'm still using that image occasionally. It's necessary so I can get every single feature accurate to the original source material, minus it being in my art style. So anyways, we're gonna position the legs now, and we're going to move on to the line art soon. So anyways, now we're on the second step, the line art. So what I basically do is just trace over the Steenee wireframe. It's literally that simple. Oh wait, I forgot to tell you that this is not 100% faithful to the wireframe. You see, the wireframe is only just used as a basic base, so some features on the line art are not included on the wireframe. Also, there are some changes to the art in the line art that are not seen in the wireframe. For example, the Steenee's calyx actually has depth because I forgot to add it on the wireframe. So there you go. So anyways, before we move on to the coloring section, I'd like to tell you that tomorrow, as when this video is being published, is my birthday, so go and wish me my birthday if it's not too late. So anyways, now we're on the third step of this art, which is coloring it in. So all we have to do here is basically use my color picker to pick colors from the Steenee and Tsarina images to be more faithful to the source material. Then I use a lasso tool to highlight specific areas, and then use the fill bucket tool to fill it in. It's a very quick way to color things in, and nothing goes out of bounds in the process. Also, for certain markings, I actually draw them in rather than using the lasso tool. For example, the eyes, which are being drawn here. And by the way, I actually made the mouth lighter. It's because, as it turns out, the mouth isn't actually that dark. It just looks like it. It's actually lighter than you expect it to be. So yeah. Now we are on the shading, and it's quite similar to the coloring. So what I do is basically use the lasso tool to assure nothing goes out of bounds and shade in the desired area. An airbrush is used, it's because it makes the artwork look more realistic. And also, I used a unique technique to shade the mouth. It's because rather than making the layer 50 opacity, I made the airbrush itself 50 opacity and began stacking it. I also added a slight green tinge to the shading. This is because it makes the artwork look more appealing and vivid, and plus it's done because the background color itself is green. More on that later. So anyways, now we're doing the highlights. Now I don't usually talk about the highlights, but they have something unique here. It's the fact that all of them are 75 opacity, which is the level which I use for like shiny things. While usually on my art I'll use a mix between 50 opacity for non-shiny things and 75 opacity for shiny things. Since every body part on this Steenee is shiny, I'm going to use 75 opacity. So let's just tweak this marking a little bit, and we're gonna move on to the background soon. So anyways, now we're on to the green background. I'm going to add like an outline that symbolizes Steenee's pink coloration, just like that. And we're going to add like these yellow markings for playful nature, and the hearts to reflect the Pokemon's feminine nature. And it's also on the Tsarina artwork. So okay, here's the finished result. Pretty cute, isn't she? So anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you want more content like this, then you can subscribe. Also follow me on Twitter as I post the artwork featured on these videos here and retweet other people's art. Goodbye.